Hello everyone, Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching. I have another Monday quarterback video for you. I'm going to play the entirety of the video, and then I'll go back and talk about things that are going on to better explain what's going on, and talk about things that I think that were done right and or done wrong. Without further ado, here we go.
Hello, I'm Captain Stacy Spell, Commanding Officer of Media Relations Division of the Los Angeles Police Department. This critical incident community briefing is intended to provide you with information about an officer-involved shooting that occurred in Hollywood Division in the city of Los Angeles on October 2nd, 2021 at around 11:04 a.m. You're about to see relevant video footage and learn about other evidence and police procedures related to the case, so you can have a better understanding of what occurred based on what we know right now. The LAPD conducts very thorough use of force investigations, which typically require investigators to interview multiple witnesses, view numerous hours of video footage, and analyze a significant amount of forensic evidence. We're still at the very early stages of this investigation, which can often take up to a year to complete, and our understanding of the incident may change as this additional evidence is collected, analyzed, and reviewed. We also do not draw any conclusions about whether the officers acted consistent with our policies and the law until all the facts are known and the investigation is complete. A word of caution. The images and information you're about to see may be disturbing. When a police officer uses force to arrest a suspect or defend against an attack, it can be graphic and difficult to watch. In addition, there may be strong language used by those shown in the video. Viewer discretion is advised, especially for young children and sensitive viewers. A Hollywood patrol sergeant was in the area of Hollywood Boulevard and Highland Avenue when he was flagged down by tourists who stated that their friend had just been stabbed. The sergeant located the victim, and she directed him to the suspect. The sergeant established communication with the suspect while simultaneously requesting the assistance of additional units as well as medical aid for the victim. That suspect was identified as Grisha Alaverdyan. The additional officers arrived at scene and attempted to verbalize with Alaverdyan for several minutes in an effort to de-escalate the situation. However, Alaverdyan refused to comply with the officers while still holding the knife. As the officers were preparing to deploy less lethal beanbag shotgun, Alaverdyan advanced toward them, at which time an officer-involved shooting occurred. Simultaneously, one officer also fired several beanbag shotgun rounds at Alaverdyan. He was struck by both gunfire and beanbag rounds. The beanbag shotgun is a Remington 870 shotgun, which has been configured with a green slide handle and stock, rifle barrel, and side saddle ammunition holder. The color green is used to identify that the shotgun is for the sock round only, not lethal munitions, and designed to fire a cloth sock filled with small metal pellets. The primary target area is the navel area or belt line. Officers may target the suspect's arms, hands, or legs when practicable. Body-worn video cameras are used by most officers assigned to field duties. They are worn at chest level and capture a general perspective within line of sight from that angle. The angle of the camera prohibits viewers from seeing everything the officers saw and experienced. Upon activation, both audio and video will turn on. However, body-worn video cameras have a buffer of video without audio from the previous 2 minutes prior to activation. This feature is designed to capture incidents that occur suddenly, where an officer doesn't immediately activate the camera. Here's body-worn video from the officers involved in this incident.
That man just stepped on her.
You just what?
Stepped her.
6:20. Let me get an additional into my location for 4:15 man. Who stabbed you? Where?
Right there. He stabbed her with the knife.
Right there. This guy? This guy? Come here. Come here. Get your hands up. Come over here. 6:20. Let me get back up at my location for 4:15 man with a knife. He's over on Highland, just north of Hollywood Boulevard. 6:20. Let me get FD to my location as well. I've got a female partner, 30 years old. She suffered from a stab wound on her abdomen. She's conscious and breathing. Hey, get out of there! You, get out of there! Hey, get out of there! You! Get out! Boss, listen to me. I need your cooperation. I need your cooperation. He's got a knife. He's got a knife. Stand by. Did he just throw it? Did he just throw it?
Hey, dude, do me a favor. Drop that. Drop the can out of your hand. Drop it. Drop it, bro. We're gonna get you some help.
Okay.
We can't help you.
Get me less lethal. You got? Who's got the beanbag? Who's got the 40?
Hey, just drop it, bro.
Go for 20. Requesting an RA for a female, approximately 30 years old. She suffered from a stab wound on the stomach. She's conscious and breathing.
Hey, sir, you want to do that?
Boss, give him the warning. Give him the warning.
Hey, give me.
Stand by, shots fired. Who's there? Who shot? Get out of there! Who fired? Get on the ground! You dropped the knife. You dropped the knife.
You good on approach, sir?
Okay. I need lethal and less lethal. Come over here. Give me cover.
I got one feedback around left. I need someone else for arresting. By your foot. All right.
He's knifed by the foot. Cover to the right. Cover to the right. Cover to the right. Hold up. Hold up.
Roll over onto your stomach, bud.
Roll to your stomach, boss. Roll to your stomach. Turn the other way. Turn the other way.
One person at a time. One person at a time.
Where's he hit? Does he? Is it GSW or is it beanbag?
That's beanbag.
Is there GSW?
I don't know. Yeah, he's gonna be shot in the arm. Right arm.
Glove up.
You got gloves?
6020, suspect in custody. Let me get another RI to my location.
Alright, Hollywood Highlands.
Come on, drop the knife. Hey, drop the knife. Drop the knife.
Stand by.
Shots fired?
Shots fired, yeah. Shots fired.
All units on security, help.
This incident was captured on the responding officer's digital in-car video. Most marked vehicles assigned to patrol have a camera mounted inside which activates when the emergency lights are turned on. The camera can also be manually activated. These digital in-car cameras have a buffer of video without audio. Upon activation, the camera goes back 1 minute and starts recording.
You're coming in broken, repeat. Circle 20, come on. Hey, partner. Hey, dude, you do me a favor? Drop that. Drop the out of your head. Drop it, bro. We're gonna get you some help. We can't help you until you drop that. Who's got the beanbag? My border. 620, come on. Hey, just drop it, bro. Come on, bro. 620. 20, repeat your RA request. Request an RA for a female, approximately 30 years old. She's suffering from a stab wound on the stomach. 63, alright, Hollywood Highlands. Come on, drop the line! Hey, drop the line! Drop the I shot five, yeah. Shot five.
OIS officer is Hal Parliament Highland. OIS officer is Hal Parliament Highland, shot fire.
Hey! Put the knife down!
Overhead, should be there. They're going to be on northern corner of Parliament Highland.
Drop the knife! Drop the knife! Drop the knife. Alright. You gonna hold this? Okay. I need to go left.
And all units respond northbound only.
The knife is by his foot! Knife is by his foot. Knife by the foot! Coming to the right! Coming to the right! Coming to the right!
I need to hold officers up. Suspect is down.
Los Angeles Fire Department paramedics transported Alaverdyan to a local hospital where he was treated for non-life-threatening gunshot and beanbag round wounds sustained during the incident. Alaverdyan's knife was recovered at scene and booked as evidence. On October 4, 2021, the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office filed 1 count of assault with a deadly weapon and 1 count of brandishing a weapon on Alaverdyan. Grisha Alaverdyan is a 27-year-old resident of Los Angeles. In the next several months, the LAPD will continue to investigate and analyze this incident. We will continue interviewing any new witnesses that may come forward and complete any forensic tests. After the investigation is complete, our Critical Incident Review Division will forward their findings to the Chief of Police, who will make his recommendation to the Civilian Board of Police Commissioners. The board will evaluate the evidence to determine whether the officer's tactics, drawing and exhibiting a weapon, and use of deadly force in this instance met the high standards expected of all LAPD officers. If you would like more information on how the LAPD investigates all serious uses of force, visit lapdonline.org, where you can find the LAPD's use of force policy and procedures. Thank you for taking the time to view this critical incident community briefing.
All right, let's get into it.
One officer also fired several beanbag shotgun rounds at Alaverdyan.
That man just stepped off right.
So it seems like this officer is potentially just going about his normal day, probably sitting in traffic. It looks like he's at an intersection, and people approach him and say that someone got stabbed. So it doesn't appear as though he was going to a call involving this. Just happened to be in the right place at the right time, I guess you could say.
Come here. Come here. Get your hands up. Come over here. 6L20. Let me get back.
He makes the approach to this guy. We can see this guy has a knife, but it does not appear as though this officer gets his gun out. He might have his gun out and to his side, but I'm not even sure if he does. It's really difficult to tell. We sure don't see anything come up within view. Other people there get pretty quick. They had a really good response time on this. They had pretty good communication. Very quick to start identifying less lethal And this is one thing I have to say about LAPD, is they seem to be pretty on top of the game with getting out the less lethal shotgun and the 40mm launcher. They seem really quick to get those things out. This guy's acting, he's not acting right. And, who knows why he's not acting right. Either it's mental issues or he's under the influence of something. With the way mental health is in this country, I wouldn't be surprised if this dude's got some type of mental issue going on. There's lots of crazy people out there just walking the streets. There's an alarming number of crazy people out there walking the streets. And this could have also been, a two-factor thing where A, he's got some mental issues going on, and then B, he wants to die. And this could be him wanting to die and suicide by police. I don't know that for sure. There's not a whole lot of information released on this. All we see is what the video shows.
Give him the warning. Boss, give him the...
So he's directing this guy to give him the verbal warnings. That way, this guy can be given notice that, hey, if you're not going to drop this thing, you're going to be shot with a beanbag round or a 40mm launcher round, and it's going to hurt. That way, he's been given clear instructions on what he needs to do, and he's been given clear information on the consequences if he doesn't do what he's been instructed to do. He's already been told multiple times to drop what's in his hand, but they're at least trying to do their due diligence in communicating to him, you need to do this or this is going to happen. He doesn't give them time. He doesn't give them time to do that. He starts to bum rush them.
Stand by, shots fired. Who's there? Who shot? Get out of there! Who fired? Get on the ground! He dropped the knife. He dropped the knife. Okay. I need lethal and less lethal. Come over here. Give me cover.
So this officer called him sir, so it makes me assume that the person whose camera we're watching right now is someone of rank.
I need someone else for arrest by your foot. Alright.
He's nice by the foot. Cover to the right. Cover to the right. Cover to the right. Hold up. Hold up.
So they come up there with lethal and less lethal cover. It's always good to have those two options. They go to cuff them. Talk about this in other videos. People will generally be handcuffed after having been shot because people can still get up and move around and continue to fight after having been shot. Now, I usually give that explanation in cases where it's almost apparent that the person's unconscious. This person's conscious, so I think some people would realistically have a reasonable mindset of, oh, he's still awake, he can still fight. That would make sense to handcuff him. One thing I've noticed with these LAPD videos is they're a big fan of using two sets of handcuffs on someone. I've never fully understood that practice, why they do that. but anytime I see two pair of handcuffs go on, it's an LAPD video. Personally, I think that's kind of dumb. I mean, if they're like a huge, obese person, maybe I could understand that because just the physical limitation of the arms not being able to go around the wide side of them. This guy is not very obese. They very well could have got his arms stretched behind his back and put them in one pair of cuffs.
Where's he hit?
Now, before they start going and patting down and everything, I think they should have waited to get gloves on. Ideally, would it have been great if they could have put gloves on before they ever made the approach? Potentially, yeah. But once this guy's in cuffs, he's secured for the most part. They, in my opinion, should have taken the time to put gloves on to keep themselves protected from any type of bloodborne pathogen that this guy could have had. Anytime you're dealing with bodily fluids, you have to assume that that person has something.
W or is it beanbag?
That's beanbag.
Is there GSW?
I don't know. Sir. Yeah.
Fuck.
You got gloves?
This is the perspective from the officer who fired. We don't get to see a whole lot because he is behind the driver A post. We do see his gun up here, but for the most part, we don't really get to see a whole lot because it's just the A post in the way and the dashboard.
I shots fired, yeah. Shots fired.
All units on for 30 help.
This in-
Drop the Come on, drop the knife. Hey, drop the knife. Drop the knife.
Stand by. Shots fired.
I shots fired, yeah. Shots fired.
All units on for 30 help.
This incident was captured on the responding officer debates when the emergency our cameras have a buffer of video without audio.
You're coming in broken. Repeat.
This footage right here, I mean, this looks like something from the 90s. Yeah, this isn't what I would think of for 2021. It's not that clear, but it at least still shows what we need to see. I just would have thought that LAPD 2021, their dash cam would have been a lot clearer than this.
Hey, do me a favor? Hey, just drop it, bro. Come on, bro.
So we can see his actions, his facial features. Again, what I said earlier is either he's got some mental issues or he's under the influence of something.
Repeat your request.
The front man I is for a female, approximately 30 years old. She's suffering from a stab wound on the stomach.
6363, alright, Hollywood Highlands.
Come on, drop the line. Hey, drop the line. Drop the line.
Stand by.
I shot fired, yeah. Shot fired.
All units on for 30 help, Hollywood and Highlands. All units on for 30 help, Hollywood and Highlands, shots fired.
21, covered at scene and booked.
This was the knife that he used. Not much else to say about this video. I mean, this is a pretty clear-cut video of a guy after having stabbed someone and acting crazy, and then coming at the police with the knife in his hand. It doesn't get any simpler than this. This guy, he obviously brought this upon himself, whether it's brought on by mental issues or he's intoxicated, whatever, or a combination of both. Could have been a combination of both as well. These officers had no choice but to use the force that they needed to use. I mean, if this is a mental health kind of issue, it kind of sucks because, the mental health in this country is, it's out there. It really is. There are a lot of people with some severe mental issues out there. Talking about the mental health in this country and, the lack of mental health help can be a whole video in and of itself. But until there's a big change in how those things happen, to help people like this and prevent things like this from happening, this is going to continue to happen. They did their due diligence in getting the less lethal tools out. But, I mean, we got multiple people there from each person's perspective. Each person's going to have a different perspective of what's going on and a different level of interpretation of what's going on. So, some of them did not feel the need to use deadly physical force, but one of them did feel the need to use deadly physical force. And I don't think that that person was wrong in his decision to use deadly physical force. If you like what you hear and see, go ahead and give me a like and a share. If you have not already, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more Monday quarterback videos. Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense, thank you for watching.